Hey, best friend, how you doing today?
But you know what? It's been a long day. I'm not going to lie to you.
What's going on? Anything you care to share?
No, but I will say I'm glad we're dank.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie.
I think about that pretty regularly.
What kinds of things are you doing when you're thinking about it?
I think it gives me an appreciation for those who are not dank. But also I'm glad we're dank.
Okay. All right. Speaking about being dank.
Dank.
Do you have, if I had, let's say, a pop quiz for you.
Pop quiz.
What are our guideposts?
I think it's your turn.
How about you don't yuck my yum?
Ooh. What else?
I prefer to have fun.
You prefer to have fun?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a mandate, like a rule, like a must.
Have fun.
Good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And then?
Who should I be tonight?
Who should you be?
How about myself?
Yourself.
I'm gonna be genuine.
Genuine. That's a good plan. Good job.
Oh, thanks. I think that's the first time I've ever had to answer
I know.
my own questions.
I know. Your own pop quiz.
Yeah.
We're doing a good job.
Are you ready to get and stay dank?
I am eternally grateful that we are dank, especially today, I gotta say.
It's interesting. It's like maybe you have a story about the kids part. Sharing.
No, this is more just day-to-day stuff.
Day-to-day dankage.
Yeah, I like when we're dank-ish. I don't mind. We were dank-ish last weekend.
Welcome to the DANK Pod. Join us on our chaotic adventure of Disney adulting. Like, follow, comment, and share wherever you listen. Send any questions or feedback to us at thedankpod@gmail.com. This week we're talking about Universal Orlando Annual Passholder Appreciation Night, followed by some more HHN tidbits. Let's get dank.
Okay. What are we here to talk about this week?
This week, we are talking about one of our favorite topics. We're going to talk about Universal Orlando Annual Passholder Nights.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
It did.
And we went to it. It was fun.
We're late.
Well, we had some other stuff to do.
Yeah, we had more important things to talk about. More pressing
matters.
Time sensitive.
Agreed. And then I think I'm going to be honest here. I'll tell you a curveball. I think we should
Curveball?
chat a little bit about some of the food and some of the HHN details that popped out.
Like 5 minutes after we recorded the last episode.
Agreed.
I tried to get him to wait, and he was like, "Nah, let's do this way."
Yeah.
We had a plan.
It
We're gonna
works.
Stick to the plan.
But first, let's dive into our annual Passholder Appreciation Night.
Yeah. So Universal does this thing pretty consistently now. I don't think they've done it every year, but they've done it for the last, several years at least.
I think they took a break for COVID.
I think so too, but I don't know how consistent it was before that, to be fair. So they do Universal Orlando Annual Passholder Nights, which is it is a nighttime event that is usually 1 to 2 nights. This year it was 2 nights, and it is for pass holders very specifically, as is in the title. But the catch is you got to catch a reservation.
Let's touch on that. It triggers a lot of folks. And I think what happens is there have been years where they did it for one night.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens is people kind of get upset that they didn't get a ticket for it or that the reservations were gone. And then they they yell at Universal on social media to do better. And Universal added a second night. And people still were upset. I don't know that they're going to be able to find a solution.
I mean, I think part of the appeal is that it's what's the word I want to use? It's popular, but that it's contained. Does that make sense? So it's not open to all APs. There's an ambiguous number that they choose for reservations, openings. And we don't know what that number is, but it's a rush to the finish line to secure the reservation. So I think, it's part of the hype is that not every AP gets to go. And
it's
so
exclusive?
It's exclusive.
It's an exclusive experience?
It's exclusive to the exclusivity. Like, again, not every AP is afforded the luxury of securing a reservation.
And I think that's where people just think they should have enough slots open for every annual pass holder to be able to reserve a spot, which I'm just gonna go out here and say it's impossible.
Yeah.
Right. To be able to guarantee that every annual pass holder has the opportunity to come for annual pass holder night is extremely challenging because one, you have to reduce your regular park hours.
Mm-hmm.
You have to staff it for a multitude of nights. The cost is just exponential
For them, right?
For who? For Universal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Universal is just trying to go a little bit above and beyond. It's not part of your pass. So when you buy your pass, you're not signing up for this specific night. I don't believe it's listed as a perk.
No.
It just happens. And my fear in this whole situation is that if people just complain too hard,
They'll take it away.
The whole thing goes away.
Yeah.
Like, but it's easy for me to say that because we got in.
We keep getting in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think one of the things that Universal does that I think Disney does in a different name is a pass holder appreciation time frames.
In a different, what are you saying? Like in a different name? Like,
yeah, so Disney does VI pass holder month or something like that, where you get discounts, more exclusive discounts on dining and merchandise. And
they have an
things like
equivalent.
that. Right. And so
program.
Universal does do pass holder appreciation. I think it's for the whole month. And so the AP night is part of one of those perks. But again, it's exclusive. Like there's a set number of reservations. Not all APs get to secure a reservation. So it's almost like a first come, first serve, but I don't know like how they pick, I don't know if it's 7,500 or, 15,000 reservations per night. So it's part of the monthly pass holder appreciation that they do in the month of, I think it's from August to September. It's like August 1st to September 30th or something like that.
I don't know the exact dates.
Yeah. It's something like that.
But ultimately, you have to go on for this one particular event. You have to go online. You have to register with your annual pass number.
Yep.
And you make a reservation for the night. And this year, oddly, there wasn't like a standby line. I think
in years past, they have done a standby line. They were very clear, which was kind of them, that this year there would not be.
So it was a very interesting method.
Right.
But it would say they increased the number of days. They added an extra day.
They did.
The reservation system fills up very quickly, sells out rapidly.
Minutes.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of people struggle with, I don't think it fills up in minutes, but I think a lot of people struggle with getting an alert on when to do it. So this is twofold. One, there's limited, it is exclusive. There's limited participation. If you don't have the reservation, they don't let you in. And if you're not alerted to when the queue opens up, you'll miss out.
Right.
I think that all adds up to people being upset. And then what happens is the ones who are upset go loud and long on Facebook.
Your favorite thing.
Oh, I've been trying. So I try not to feed into it because they'll say things. They'll try to speak for the group as a whole. So they might say things like, and stop me if you've seen a lot of the opposite of this, but what I tend to see in these Facebook groups around those specific events are people saying everybody complained, everybody hated it, and it's just like no, you're just not seeing the thousands of people who went and had a good time. People who compliment don't necessarily show up as loud as the ones who are complaining. I'm trying to also put myself in their position. How would I feel if I wanted to go but couldn't get in to go?
I mean, I think that we've been afforded a lot of opportunities in our time with Universal, and thankfully everything that we've wanted to do, we've been able to secure and do together,
Yeah.
So I don't think we've faced that level of disappointment. I think a lot of individuals' default is going to be to lash out when they've been disappointed, and perhaps they've been disappointed time and again.
Would you lash out? Like, well, maybe you wouldn't lash out, but how would you feel if you didn't get in? Just curious.
For this one?
Yeah, for this one.
I would have been slightly disappointed, but I wouldn't have moped about it.
Would you have complained online about it?
No,
Okay.
but I don't.
I'm trying to just gauge where you are on this.
I mean, remember last year we went and I didn't get the shirt, and I was so sad about it all night long.
So that brings me to another point. You're right. You didn't get the shirt. You know what else you didn't get?
Not off the top of my head.
The lanyard. So, folks, all year she points it out as she sees it. The annual every time she sees it, the annual pass holder lanyard. If it's around someone's neck, she has to run in the store and see it and run and blah 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 blah. And then we were walking into the park and they were handing out
on AP night.
Was it buttons or was it? What were they handing out? Magnet or buttons? Or
yeah, it was the button.
Okay, it was a button. They were handing out a button as we went through the gate, right?
Yeah.
And the team member had the lanyard around his neck, and as she does every time we see a single one of those lanyards, that's the one. I wish I could find that one. I love that lanyard. I wish I could find that lanyard.
Yeah.
And then Ashley, what happened next?
So again, for context, I think it's helpful for the listeners to know that, again, on occasion, Universal does AP things like buttons, magnets, lanyards. Lanyards are like once a year, and I've always missed them. But there was this one lanyard print giveaway that I missed.
Was it a giveaway, or could you had to buy it?
No, it was a giveaway.
It was a giveaway.
Yeah, you
it.
can't even. I would
and
have.
You
bought
saw it.
it.
You spotted it as we
every
were entering
time.
the gate.
So
as we
yeah,
were entering this gate, you spotted it around the team
I said,
member's
"Oh,
neck.
baby, that's the one. That's the one I missed. I didn't get it. It's so nice."
And what happened?
And he smiled at me, and then I went to go through the turnstile because it's pictures now, right?
Yeah.
It's not. They don't scan. They don't pull your ID or anything. And he found me just as I had passed the turnstile, and he said, "Here, this is for you." And he proceeds to hand me his lanyard, the one that I had just gushed about. And I'm tripping over myself. I've got tears in my eyes. I can barely, and then I turned to you with stars in my eyes, and I was like, it's the lanyard. Like, it's the Holy Grail, right? Like, nothing better has happened to me up until this point.
And mind you, folks, she married me.
I mean,
like, we had a whole wedding day and happiest day of her life, but this lanyard
that I have been just obsessed.
Strange man gives you a lanyard.
It's been a hyper focus for like 2 years, by the way. And I turned to you, and you turned to me, and you were like, "You got to give him a present." Because you make little keychain trinkets, right? Out of the pressed pennies.
Out of the pressed pennies. Yeah. When I give them to team members and cast members, depending which park we're at, they're able to display them.
Yeah.
Right. As part of their uniform.
Yeah.
And it sometimes it's received with exclamation.
Yeah. And so, but what was funny is that you had a whole collection.
Yeah.
And so you thrust them at me, and I'm trying to get back to the guy because he's in front of the turnstile,
you
right?
Can't leave, and you can't scan in and then leave. She'd have to, if she left the turnstile, she would have to
come
wait
back
like
in.
15 minutes before she gets
But this is like
in.
a specialized event too, right? So I'm trying to catch that guy's attention. He's not hearing me over the din of where we are. And I finally, the team member finally lets me through. He was like, "Yeah, just go through. I'll let you back in. I'm right here." And I went to go talk to him, and I was like, "Thank you so much. This means so much to me. Like, I'm literally on the verge of tears. I would really like you, to choose a little gift. Like, this is handmade. My husband makes them. Please, like, take what you want." And he was so nice, and I didn't catch his name. I'm the worst. I was so distracted. And he was just like, "No, I really can't. I won't. I can't. That's for you. I hope you have a great night." And of course, my party was waiting for me, and I felt the pressure to just go. And of course, he didn't take anything. I think he might have been a manager or a lead of some kind. He was wearing a different shirt than everybody else. So maybe that's why he couldn't take.
So I definitely made sure that he got one. When you came back through, I pulled a few off the keychain and said to the surrounding staff, "Hey, make sure he gets one." And then they looked, and they had in their eyes, the look was, "What about me?"
Yeah.
So, when I came to the park, I didn't bring them for guests. I
Right.
brought them for the team members, right? So I definitely made sure everyone at the turnstiles received one, and then made sure that there was an extra one.
Oh,
in there
good.
for him.
I didn't know that part. I saw you give a bunch away and tell them to, like, at the beginning to distribute, but I didn't know you gave enough for everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how my night started. So I was riding a tidal wave. Like, I was super happy. It was all uphill from there for me. Like,
all downhill.
no, it was all like,
it was all gravy.
Yeah. It was all like,
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
could go wrong. I was on my way.
What's that? I keep thinking Jet 2 holiday.
Oh, well, it has a negative spin to it. I was literally just
You were on cloud nine.
I was making my way downtown. Like,
Literally. Yeah. So I think it was a great start to it. We ended up getting all those little treats and trinkets that they hand out throughout the months of the year. I think one of them was we wanted was it the Burning Blade
the
pin?
Burning Blade Tavern. So yeah, one of the event perks was a button, and it was a very specific button to the event, which we got on our way in, which was nice of them, right? You didn't have to go track it down. But there was also supposed to be a magnet, and so they had an outside queue for the magnet. But what was a pleasant surprise in that queue was that they had a second button, and it was of the Burning Blade Tavern, which friends in our group had just literally, bemoaned that they weren't able to to get on their last visit. So again, a couple times a year, Universal will do these perks, buttons, magnets, lanyards, right? Reiterating myself. And so we had all missed this button. And so it was a nice little bonus as we were picking up our AP magnets that we were able to secure this secondary annual pass holder button, even though it wasn't specific to that event that night.
Yeah. Yeah. Which was a very nice treat. So as we were kind of like on the cusp, as they started to shut down the event, shut down the park for the day, we were making our way onto ET. And it was I think that's when the event started by the time we were headed towards ET.
Yeah.
And at that point, and it was ET's ET. It doesn't change. It's always ET. Mm-hmm. For those of you who,
it's like going to McDonald's. It's constant.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely lean on it.
You can depend. Yeah.
Yeah. And when we came out, I was able to snap a pretty good picture of it was starting to get a little dark. It was starting to get a little like, ooh, we about to get rained on. But thankfully, I feel like Universal and Comcast turned on the weather bubble. Because it just seemed to like fester right outside
and like
of
fishbowl
campus.
us. Yeah. So we were like diligently watching the radar. It was we were obnoxious about it. I was anyway. Mm-hmm. And so it was like literally the sixth thing that had gone in my favor that night. It was a really terrible building storm on the radar, and it was very scary looking. We were getting all these weather alerts. The forecast was fluctuating so dramatically, half an inch of rain within 2 hours. We thought the whole night was going to be destroyed, and it barely sprinkled,
which was a delight. I thought it was a great setup overall. Like so my favorite part about these after hours events is seeing the park lit up at night.
Agreed.
A little more festive as well. Are you saying that's a top thing?
Yeah,
for your
I mean,
attraction?
there wasn't anything at this event that really pulls me other than the low crowds and the nighttime lights and theming, and it's like the pre-party, right? Because from here on out, we now have full-on events at Universal and Disney for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like it kind of like builds the anticipation for what
it's the kickoff.
It's the kickoff.
Your pre-gaming.
It's our pre-game, our preseason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our pre-Super Bowl even. So like, it was fun. It was very, very chill. There wasn't any pressure to do anything or get something done. And we were able to just go with the flow and get our little treats and try our snacks. We got to see, a lot of the Halloween horror night setups, even though, not everything had been announced other than the houses and the scare zones.
So let me back up a little bit. It wasn't a big deal if we missed something, right?
Yeah, no.
Like
there was no agenda.
I just want to say like that's usually our approach to the parks. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think you and I are the most go with the flow, and it's because we are able to, be there so often to either park, arguably. And so, yeah, we were able to get like the pass holder cup. We were able to get the buttons and the magnets and to see some food stuff. We went on a couple rides.
So you were able to spend money.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they have a problem with at all. Like anytime you spend money, it's fine with
One
them.
thing about me is I'm a geriatric. I love a trinket. I love a small thing.
You're not a geriatric.
I am. I want the things. I want the memories.
You wanted a treat.
I wanted a little treat, a little trinket.
That's fine. You like a little tchotchke?
A little tchotchke.
Okay, I get it.
A little thing.
A little Hummel. Just sitting on the
I think
shelf.
I contained myself very well, but I was given so many presents. Is what it was.
Yeah, you got a lot of freebies, so you didn't spend a whole bunch. In years past, I have had some challenging nights with cast members where cast members you got the sense that team members didn't want to be there for the event, but I didn't get that vibe this time around. I feel like that every team member that we engaged was happy to be.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I also felt like the crowds were significantly lower this year.
And maybe they did. Maybe they split weather could have been a factor.
Sure. Right.
The concept of inclement weather could have been a factor. It could have been enough to keep pass holders at bay. But it could have also been that they if let's say, and for arbitrary numbers, we had invited 100 guests on one night in years past. But now instead of 100 guests, we invited 75 on across 2 nights. So you increase capacity across the whole thing, but you reduce capacity on the individual night.
Well, and you know, something they did different this year compared to last is the time frame in which they hosted the event. Last year, it was the last weekend of August, which would have been go time for Halloween Horror Nights.
It was still pretty go time.
I mean, but this was now 2 weeks ahead of Premium Scream Night. So I think the timing of it too might have afforded people a little bit more breathing room. Workers more breathing room because they still had a few weeks before HHN. And I think, last year when we had AP nights, it was 2 weeks before we did HHN, but I'm pretty sure HHN probably kicked off like 2 or 3 days later in 2024. So I think, the amount of prep and rehearsals and, extra time, because HHN does run significantly later than most standard park nights, that perhaps team members were just more chill this year, more relaxed.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything you would have changed about this?
Changed?
Yeah.
No, not at all. This was also a unique weekend because it was the last weekend for Orlando's Rip Ride Rocket. So a lot of folks a lot of APs, right, got to enjoy one last go round. Not us.
How did you, well, I mean, we could have. I wasn't in.
We didn't have a death wish. No, we're good.
Yeah. How did you feel about it though?
About its closure?
Yeah.
I felt good about it.
Okay.
I won't miss it or the nostalgia. Like I do remember, I remember riding it as a teenager, and going there during, school field trips or whatever, middle school, high school. I won't miss it. As an adult, it didn't bring me a lot of joy. In fact, the last time I rode it, it brought me a lot of terror. And that says quite a bit about the ride because I enjoy most rides. But I won't miss that one. Not at all. But I'm curious what they do with the space.
Yeah, I want to see what's happening. They've taken to ripping that thing down rapidly.
Like demolishing it.
Yeah. I saw like cranes.
It's not even being repurposed.
Yeah.
Like it's all new things.
That side of the bed is not even. It's still warm.
It's still warm. Yeah.
Yeah. People, the tears of fears were still being drained out of there. I wasn't a fan of that ride. I think you knew that. The horror story that we had that one year when we all went on it and it had just broken down like before we loaded, and they were like, this guy. He was like your quintessential plumber. Right? He had a full body jumpsuit. He was like mid to late 40s. He was definitely the mechanic type. He had his little toolbox with him, and his
little jumpsuit.
There's a little ham sandwich in there, something like, you know what I mean? Like the whole, exactly what you would envision, like the mechanic going to work.
Sure. Rolls
up, puts his little toolbox down on the station, and then climbs in. Goes for a lap around, no facial expressions at all. But like, there's no like look of wee on his face.
No joy.
It is what it is. He's there to do a job. He's going to test it. Did the test, gave the thumbs up. They said, "All right, let's go. Everybody in, locked and loaded." And we were just that first group of people to get in, get locked and loaded, and that meant they didn't have the soundtrack up and running.
Unbeknownst to us,
there's a reason that that you have to have the rockin' part of it, because otherwise it's just rip and ride. And
click, 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 click.
Yeah, clank, 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 jingly, 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 creakety, creakety, creak is what's going on. The whole thing is...
It was traumatic.
It was, yeah. When you can hear every creak and pop and clank and slap and slam, and it is intense.
We never recovered.
No. Yeah. At that point, I think when I got off that ride, and this is a few years ago, I just said, well, that was it. I will never be going on that ride again.
We never did.
I never did. And now it's gone. Now it's too late. You can never get that time back.
Nope.
So there we were in the middle of a dance party.
Oh, yeah, because they did have a DJ, right?
Every year they have a DJ.
Yeah.
Every year.
But this year they were smart about the location of it, and they did it in front of the theater.
Yeah, in the band shell there, in the stage, in that grassy space. It was really cool. They had some different lighting effects. You can get some selfies out there with stuff.
They had, what's it called?
Frisbees?
Nope.
You're flinging stuff.
I know.
Beanbags. Cornhole.
Cornhole.
Okay. If you can imagine, it looked like she was just throwing a Frisbee to me, a fake invisible Frisbee.
But it was underhand, so that's not right.
I mean, you could throw Frisbees underhand, too.
So, yeah, they had cornhole. They had a lot of, like, neon light-up things for the kids, because there were kids there.
Yeah. Good atmosphere.
Yeah, everybody. It was so empty in a pleasant way, right? So.
Oh, yeah. It was good. Good time. Mm-hmm. And our friends were like, hey, we're going to go do this. And I was like, I'm cool, man.
And we said, peace out.
we stuck to our, we'll watch your stuff. So
I
you
was
don't
like,
have to get
yeah.
locked
I was like, girl, I'll hold your bag.
we definitely held our ground with that one.
Yeah.
So RIP RRR.
RRR.
Yeah, I'm not upset. And some of you maybe forged your greatest roller coaster memories there. I feel for you. I'm not sad though. One of the things we didn't get to do, the tribute store was not up and running, although I believe it is up and running tomorrow.
You know, I don't know
the
the
public?
day that it opens. Sorry. I wasn't prepared for
It
that.
is going to be up and
emotionally.
running this week as we head into the first weekend of Halloween Horror Nights. My only negative for the Passholder night was I have been trying to photograph the parks in a variety of different ways. And one of the things I've been messing around with are streak filters. And I brought like 6-point and 8-point streak filters. And so have you seen any of the pictures, Ashley, that I sent you?
Well, you didn't send them to me, but you showed me them on your phone.
Some of them take those points of lights and it's just like star, 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 star,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. And then I took a picture of the illumination sign, the marquee, and it is all individual points of light. It is a
Disappointing.
wicked photo. Yeah, so I would say I really I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the nightscape of the park, and I enjoy photographing the park. We did get in trouble.
We did. We were the bad kids.
Yeah, we were there just a little too long.
Yeah.
The fuzz started
Bro,
to
we got
surround us.
swept.
We got triangulated by the fuzz
Twice.
Twice. Once in, was that Diagon Alley?
Mm-hmm.
We had stopped, and which is a beautiful place at night if you're ever there in the evening and you have some opportunities to photograph. Man, is it a great space at night. Very well themed. But then as we were like headed out, we were walking along the far side. I wanted to go see some of the other lighting arrangements on the other side of the park.
Yeah.
So as we were exiting the park, we stopped to take a couple photos and we dallied and dillied a little bit. And then the
Dilly-dally
fuzz
too long.
caught back up. I was like,
Again. But it was different fuzz.
I thought it was the same fuzz. I
Oh.
thought they were sweeping, and that's why I was like, "Ooh!" If you noticed, I abandoned 50% of our group real quick. I was like, "I'm just gonna start walking
Can't
in this
catch me,
direction."
motherfuckers.
No way, I'm out of here. I thought I'm not gonna be on your list. I'm not going to UAOP jail tonight. Neither were they. They were polite. They just said, "Hey guys, make this your last pick, please."
Yeah, we're very polite.
Yeah, and then we took off, and I think my objective was to walk at a pace of our group, so that way we could get in front of another group of people, so they would be the last ones.
Oh.
Right. I don't want to, because could you imagine like 2-3 strikes you're out kind of thing? I didn't want that to be the case. All right. And I was trying to get out, but it was definitely a lovely, lovely atmosphere in the park. Empty streets at the end of the night to take some pictures.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the first times in a very long time, if ever, that we closed down a park, like, or an event.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time we did it.
Yeah. Mostly because we're old.
Yeah, no,
I wanna be up that late.
I'm proud of ourselves to an extent
Yeah.
because we got our money's worth, and that
It was free.
shit was free.
It's free. It's, you know what this is? This is Passholder math, because it definitely wasn't free until you think about how much you invest in the pass and everything all year. We had one last high five to dole out at the end of the night. We turned that final corner, and the team members were lined up with like a UAOP thank you signage, which
Wasn't
was very
that so
polite.
nice?
I offloaded the rest of my pennies to them and asked them to hand them out. So it was a nice polite thing. Overall, 10 out of 10.
10
highly
out of 10.
recommend.
Yeah, I have zero complaints. One of a delightful surprise that happened while we were there was the merch store, like the discount place that they have open, because they're trying to offload a lot of merch. So everything in there was like 80% off. There wasn't anything that appealed to you and I, but our friend group did, lock in a significant savings on their purchase. So if you're an annual pass holder at Universal, keep your eye out. They've been hosting that. Do you remember the store name that they are hosting that at? It was the old like photography weird store. Not antiquity.
No, it's hold on. Is it the
It's
one
next to Schwab's.
Oh, I know. That's not where the new tribute is it?
That's not what I said.
Oh, what did you say? I missed it.
I was talking about the discount store
Oh,
where they got the jacket.
Yeah, it is. It is right. It's where the old Passholder Lounge used to be.
You're right.
yeah.
Yeah, they used to do the lounge there too.
And it was the magic shop, and it was the props.
Props. That's
place,
what I was. Yeah.
as well.
So I forget what that's called, but it's across from the Five and Dime and next to Schwab's Pharmacy. So yeah, that was a nice little treat, and they seem to be doing it periodically because it was there. I don't know if it was there the last time you and I were there, but it was definitely there the time before that, and they seem to just trying to be getting rid of some merch, and it's at a severe discount, like garage sale discount.
Yeah, intentionally.
Right. That's what I said.
All right. Anything you would add to before we move on?
More snacks. One
More
of
so?
the things that Universal does is, they try to curate snacks or treats around a specific event, like what you're probably going to want to talk about next. But I think for Passholder night, while they had treats in that they had gifts, buttons, magnets, special cups, right? There was a hunt for the cup. There weren't a lot of snackage that was catered to the Passholder event. There was it was a special pizza, which we did try, and I thought it was good. I didn't know I liked pesto until that night. But more snacks.
Okay.
I like a snack.
No harm in that. No harm in that. I will say, if you are a pass holder that missed out on it, it's not.
Don't give up hope.
It's not they're not giving away cash money, $100 bills. They're not turning everything. It's not an extremely unique experience. It's a fun, polite, and gentle way to say thank you. But I don't want you to feel like you missed out on anything in particular. It's just. It was maybe think of it the same way you might think about early park entry, but just at the end of the night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We definitely had to pay for the food that we ate.
Yep. The drinks,
We got
the snacks, the treat. Yeah.
It was, what was it, last year's magnet?
I was going to say, yeah, one of the interesting things that they did was they had magnets from last year's event that they were literally walking around and trying to give away at this year's event. So if you missed out on, a little freebie this year, it very well could be there. Knowing Universal, they'll try to do it again, or bring it back next year or give it away later. Like, that one button that we got that wasn't part of the event at all.
Very surprising. Very nice. But I don't want you to feel like you missed out on something wild.
It's a fun thing, but it's not the end of the world. I would not have cried if
It's
we
not going
missed
to make or
it.
break us.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, kudos and thanks for thanking us, Universal. Yep. Let's shift some gears over to my least favorite thing, Halloween Horror Nights. And we know that they're opening this weekend.
Well, so Premium Scream is this week, like Thursday.
Thursday or Friday? Is it? Yeah,
I thought it was like Thursday.
You're right. It is Thursday. They are opening this week. My bad. I'm sorry. If you're wondering, the food menu has been released, and I think I just like to touch on a few items.
Just a few?
Just a few. We don't have to go through it all, but just a few. There was one that makes sense to me.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Ooh.
We started kind of studying for Halloween Horror Nights. There were some things that after going to other Halloween Horror Nights events, we noticed that if we watched some of the IP, the houses would make more sense, right? Now, there were some that we were very familiar with, but in years past, I had never watched Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Right. So we watched Stranger Things in the off season here.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, well, now that house makes more sense now. So
houses that they've had over the years. So
I think we definitely, and I wasn't a big fan of the IP of Fallout, but we started watching Fallout, and you know what? It's just odd enough to not be fully scary, but to see. I think we're watching this and we're like, oh, that's a house. That's going to be part of that. That's an element in the house. We're calling it, right? I see that one coming. So one of the things is the yum yum deviled egg. I like myself a good deviled egg.
I know you love yourself a good deviled egg. Are you going to like the pineapple whipped ganache?
Is that in there? Is that a thing?
Did you not read the description?
I didn't read. I just looked at the picture. It looks like a deviled egg. So
it comes
in the packaging.
One of the air quoting here. So one of the name brand air quotes, right, of the Fallout food in the show is called Yum Yum. And so she pulls out a box of Yum Yum deviled eggs. And so they are bringing this to Halloween Horror Nights. Did you hear me enunciate there?
You have to, both syllables. We got called out for that.
Yeah, I got called out for that. And so Yum Yum deviled eggs, $7.99. It's going to be part of the Fallout food booth. And it says, the description says coconut panna cotta eggs, although the eggs are in quotation, so not really sure.
Are we sure they're not real eggs?
I don't care. With pineapple whipped ganache and tagine. Tagine?
If these aren't eggs,
you're going to be so mad.
I'm going to be upset.
Well, but fun fact, there are deviled eggs, there's eggs Benedict on the Five Nights at Freddy's food booth.
Interesting. Do you want to choose a food that speaks to you?
I do.
What do you got?
I have, sorry, I'm scrolling. I saw the picture today and I sent it to one of our groups, and it's called Why Not Have Both? Pizza and Pasta. So for $14.99, you can have a pepperoni pizza with baked spaghetti and meatballs and grated Parmesan cheese on top.
Oh, that sounds
not wrong.
It sounds not wrong. It sounds right up your alley, though, too.
Crushed it, right? Can I have a second one?
After I pick one.
Oh, okay.
Jeez, you got to share.
I didn't know we were going back and forth.
We are now.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the beef walking taco. And
you love a walking taco.
Yes. I'm going to, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that if we had the walking taco ingredients, we would eat more walking tacos.
Didn't you buy the bags?
No, I didn't. I had them in our Amazon cart
for a year.
For a year, they might still be there. I'm going to go look at them right now while you describe your next thing.
No. You got to tell us more about the walking tacos. Like, do you know which food booth it is? I can't find it.
It's got to be in the cat lady place because it's late, like after the cat lady.
Oh, you're just reading shit?
Crooked Lane.
Like raw dog in it over there?
No, I mean, I have pictures. I'm on the Today menu.
Does it tell you what's in it?
It's complete with, it's a kind of beef. I can't say that. It's too many R's and so many vowels. There's a B.
Birria?
Red onions, scallions, because they got accent marks there and everything. I'm just saying it's a walking taco. If you know what a walking taco is, it's basically chips in a bag. Like Doritos or like Fritos, stuff like that, with a protein and some vegetable mixed in. They heat the stuff up, hand it to you, and you walk around with a fork and dig in that taco. What was your next one?
I expected more details out of you. I feel like I had to fight you for that. So the next one.
No, you don't have to have details from me. I'll just give you the nuts and bolts.
The next one for me is at the Terrifier food booth, and it's the Clown Cafe Bloody Popcorn for $10.99. And this is a crispy popcorn chicken with pepperoni marinara blood sauce and a spiced Parmesan.
Well, that's interesting.
It also looks like it's on actual popcorn.
That's not the one that I thought you would go with. I thought you were going to go with Lila's Temper Tantrum Tendies. They're like, aren't they like chicken tenders?
So I'm going to be honest. I was on a different site than Universal Orlando because the Universal Orlando site has everything broken up by areas and not just like one comprehensive list. And it's throwing me for a loop.
No worries. There are some things that I will not be trying.
No?
Correct.
Tell me more.
Not be trying the Raid Away Fallout, the drink.
Is it because it glows?
Does it glow? I've been drinking, I don't even know what they're called. Hold on. They're in my garbage can. Let me just bend over and grab one. I'll tell you what they're called.
What have you been drinking?
I've been drinking Nature's Twist Original Lemonade, and it's sugar-free, caffeine-free. This is not a commercial. I don't work for them. The actual anti-commercial of it. So this thing is packed full of flavor, and it tastes super good. And I took the ingredients, and I put them into Copilot AI, and I was like, what is this? And it came back with, that's lab-created lemonade.
Yeah.
So that's why
it tastes so good.
Yeah.
So I'd like to take a step back to your walking tacos because there's also a vegan walking taco for those that are interested in it. And it's a birria beef with Tostitos, Sabritas, salsa verde, red onions, scallions, and consum.
Very interesting. Back on track here with the Raid Away.
Ew.
I think it's just because of the name, I think. So I'm saying the Raid Away because of radiation, but maybe it's like when we talk about radiology and we talk about like calling it the ratosphere, maybe it's still Rat Away, but I think I want to call it the Raid Away. It comes with a nice souvenir bag that you'll never use again, but you'll be able to have, and it's a replica from the TV series Fallout, which is an interesting thing to watch. So I probably won't be drinking that. It's just not my cup of tea.
Oh, now I see your tantrum tendies now. I don't like calling them tendies.
You don't feel? Does it make you feel dirty?
Yeah.
When you say that,
I don't like it.
I'm going to need you to pick one more item before we call it a day.
Oh, I can do that. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The Cursed Carnival food booth menu has a death by cheese stick for $10.99.
Oh.
This is a giant hand-breaded mozzarella cheese stick with spicy marinara sauce. It looks like it's 1.5 feet long.
Yeah. You know who was looking for one of those the other week?
Me?
Natalie. She wanted it off the boardwalk, though. All right. What is there anything else that we maybe missed or can know more about that we didn't know about last time?
I gotta admit that I was surprisingly interested in some of the alcoholic beverages this year. Halloween Horror Nights is known for its alcoholic beverages, both cocktails, mocktails, and beer beverages. So if that's your jam, make sure you look it up. I would also encourage folks to check out the Tribute Store when it is open. That is going to very likely be open during daytime park hours. And they do have fun treats in there, like desserts.
Interesting. The maps are up and available. So if you want to plot
maps are up.
If you want to plot your course around the park,
I didn't know.
Hit the food stops, head through the scare zones, etc. They are up and functional. You should be able to see where each scare zone is. Do you have anything else that you want to add or that you feel like we missed before we close this one out entirely?
Yep. I have a question for you.
What's your question?
Are you going to invest in the Boo necklace?
I don't know what that means.
So SeaWorld does a thing in years past for their Halloween event, and I believe they called it the Boo Necklace, and it was for the more timid adventurers that didn't want to be terrified, and you would wear the Boo Necklace, and the scare actors would tread lightly for a fee. And so Universal has announced that they will be doing a Deathly Afraid necklace for a crisp $20, and if you wear it, it tells the scare actors to maybe be more gentle with you.
That's interesting. It doesn't work in the houses. It should be noted that it's only in scare zones.
Are you going to do it?
I don't know. If I do it, I'm going to make you spend the money, not me.
Okay, so then that's a no. Hard pass. Gotcha. Good to know.
Dang.
I'm glad we planned this.
Should we put this to a vote for people?
No, but everybody else is welcome to purchase for themselves.
If you're out there listening and you think that I should have the reduced fear pass,
No.
what's it called?
They called it the Deathly Afraid necklace.
If you think I should have the Deathly Afraid necklace, please let me know. If not, let us know in some way or another. Comment or text or send an email to thedankpod@gmail.com and let us know. Should we go through and purchase the Deathly Afraid necklace for me so that way I am less fearful as we enter the scare zones? I appreciate that. All right, best friend.
Best friend.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Dank out.
Yeah, I'm ready to be dank out.
Let's go take a nap.
It's been a dank day.
Hey.
Hey.
I love you.
Love you too.
All right. Talk to you next week.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for tuning into another episode of the Dank Pod. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share wherever you listen. Send your feedback and questions to us at thedankpod@gmail.com. Join us next week when we chat about how we would fix Disney flops. Until next time, stay dank.